Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll give you my top 10 Schwarzenegger movies of all time. So sit back, relax, and let the show begin. Number 10 is Pumping Iron. Released in 1977 and starring a very young Arnold. This is more of a documentary than it is a movie, but it's so much fun. Watching Arnold take on Lou Ferrigno for the bodybuilding championships, it's just a great time. This movie is so funny, you even see Arnold smoke a joint. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out if you want a good laugh. Number 9 is Red Heat. Released in 1988 and directed by Walter Hill, this has always been a fun one for me, although probably not Schwarzenegger's most popular movie. I just love the chemistry between Arnold and James Belushi. I love the scummy locations and I enjoy the cast all around. My favorite scene is at the beginning when Arnold is walking through a Russian bathhouse, holds a steaming hot rock in his hand, and then just proceeds to kick everyone's ass. You gotta love 80s movies. Number 8 is Commando. Released in 1985 and directed by Mark L. Lester. This is a bit of a Rambo ripoff, but it's great. It's great 80s cheese. In this film, Arnold has to track down the men that kidnapped his daughter. I love this movie. It's so much fun pointing out all the movie mistakes. There's a great scene in a mall where Schwarzenegger is taking out the mall security, then swings around through the air on mall decorations, then rips a phone booth out of a wall. You just gotta love 80s. Great movies, great times. Number 7 is Last Action Hero. Released in 1993 and directed by John McTiernan, this movie is a blast. Although it was a huge disappointment at the box office, it was Schwarzenegger's first movie after T2 and it was supposed to be a huge success. But still, I just can't get enough of it. When I was young, I would see movies alone at the theater all the time, so I definitely love the scenario of the main kid being able to have the whole theater to himself pretty much when he wants. I love the goofy action sequences, and the overall look of the film is gorgeous. Number 6 is The Running Man. Released in 1987 and directed by Paul Michael Glaser, this movie almost feels like a Carpenter film. I love the grim looking setting, love Arnold's one-liners. My personal favorite line is when the woman says to Arnold, "I get sick. I'm warning you. I'm going to throw up all over you." And he replies, "Go ahead. You won't see it in this shirt." He's wearing some crazy tropical shirt. It's just such a fun movie. Great concept for a movie. Love it so much. Number 5 is Kindergarten Cop. Released in 1990 and directed by Ivan Reitman, this is a childhood favorite of mine and my favorite comedy he's done. The beginning where Arnold is playing a tough cop, a party poopa, it's extremely serious in tone. And then when he goes undercover as a teacher, it's extremely lighthearted and well done. And then the ending ramps it up again and delivers a timeless classic. More of a dramatic comedy than just a straight up comedy, but such a great film nonetheless. Number 4 is The Terminator. Released in 1984 and directed by James Cameron. The original plays more like a horror film than it does an action flick. Cameron actually worked on Carpenter's Escape from New York. He painted the New York skyline for Carpenter, and Cameron, especially at that time, was heavily influenced by Carpenter's work. And The Terminator, although very different from Carpenter's Halloween, it uses the same template. The Terminator is a classic. I will do a future video on the comparisons of The Terminator to Halloween. Number 3 is Total Recall. Released in 1990 and directed by Paul Verhoeven, Total Recall was a massive hit. I love the cast all around. This is one of Arnold's best performances. The locations really make the film feel futuristic. I love the X-ray terminal scene where the alarms sound off and Arnold jumps through the glass. So many classic scenes and great one-liners. My personal favorite is when a guy with a mutated face tells Arnold, "You got a lot of nerve showing your face around here." Arnold replies, "Look who's talking." Such a great movie. Love it. Number 2 is Predator. Released in 1987 and directed by John McTiernan, the same guy who made Last Action Hero. This is such a great movie for so many reasons. Such a fun cast, great looking effects for the Predator. Van Damme actually almost played the role of the Predator, but dropped out because he felt all the hours for makeup and then not being able to see his face on the big screen wasn't worth the time. But in the end, it was probably the best decision for everyone. They went with a giant to play the role instead. He dwarfs Arnold. Such a great ending when they face off one against one. I still love this movie today. Number 1 is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Released in 1991 and directed by James Cameron, T2 is a masterpiece. It actually uses CGI properly, and 30 years later, they can't even come close to matching the CGI in T2. And then the best car chase in film history, all done without CGI. Some of the best action sequences ever shown on film. T2 is perfect. It has you engaged from start to finish. I can't get enough of it. When I watch this film, I watch it loud. What an experience. Anyways, so that's the list, guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care.